This is the classwork for the first section in MH110. These questions are extremely similar to the way they're going to be asked on homework, so my goal with these classworks is to take what we've done in lecture and apply it to problems like what you're going to have to do for the online homework. So the first question says fill in the blank. To get to the point 3, -2, start at, always the answer to this start at question is going to be the origin or 0, 0. Whenever I'm plotting a point, I need to start at the origin. Move 3 units. Because 3 is the first coordinate, it's the x-coordinate that tells us left and right. If it's a positive number, we move to the right. If it's a negative number, we move to the left. In this case, I'm showing as a positive 3. That's a movement to the right. Second coordinate is the y-coordinate that tells us up and down. Because this is a -2, it tells us down. So we're going to move 2 units down. Question 2 asks us to identify the points on the graph. So I'm going to warn you that whenever I'm drawing these up on a whiteboard, they're not going to be nearly as accurate as they are when they're directly on a properly formed graph. I intend them to be at exact points, but I promise if you look at the ones on the worksheet, they will definitely be at the exact points. Some of my drawings may not be to scale. That said, if I'm looking at the top of the circle here, the top of the circle would be this point. It's told me that the x-coordinate is -1 because I moved 1 to the left to get there. To count how many up I would have to go, I'd go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's why this point is -1, 7 at the top. It then tells me I'm looking at the bottom, which has a y-coordinate of -1. The y-coordinate is -1 because I went 1 down. But I still need to start at the origin and say how many did I go left or right first. I went left 1, then down 1. Left 1 means the x-coordinate is also -1. For the left side, that's this point here, we know we went -1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the x, but how many did we go up or down? 1, 2, 3 up. That's why the second y-coordinate becomes 3. When we look at the right-hand side, they've told us that that y-coordinate is 3. We now just need to count how many did we go left or right. So we went 1, 2, 3 to the right, meaning that our x-coordinate should be a positive 3. We're going to apply that same concept to this line down here. Again, it's much easier when you have the full grid lines, like you will when you're doing these problems. I've tried to eyeball it best I can. So the first one, when I don't move any to the left or right, where is the line in the y direction? So here's me not moving any left or right. I see the lines up here. The line's at a y-coordinate of 2. Because from the origin I went up 1, 2, after going 0 left or right. So the first point is 0, 2. The second point tells me the y-coordinate's going to be 0. So I need to look on the line, where does the y-coordinate equal 0? Here's the point where it crosses the x-axis or where the y-coordinate equals 0. To get to that point from the origin, I'd have to move to the left 1, 2. That means the x-coordinate should be -2. For part C, I'm told the x-coordinate is 1. So I move 1 to the right and say where is the line in the y direction? It should be here at a y value of 3. When I'm told that the y value is 4, I know I'm where y equals 4. If I come down and look what the x is there, it should be 1, 2, 3, 4 as well. Actually, yeah, 4, 4. For problem 4, it's going to give me a series of lettered points. All I'm really doing is saying how do I get to that lettered point from the origin. So if I start here at 0, 0 to get to A, I'd go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'd go up 1, 2, 3. So the ordered pair for A should be 5, 3. For B, I start at the origin, I go left 1, 2, 3, which means the first coordinate is a -3. I then go up 1, which means the second coordinate is a 1. To find C, I start by going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the left. So I'm going to put in -5 as my x-coordinate. Then I need to go down 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to put as my y-coordinate -4. Again, my goal is, how do I arrive at this point starting from the origin? First by saying how many I go right or left, then by saying how many I go up or down. When I get to point D, I haven't moved any left or right, so I should use 0 as my x-coordinate. I have moved down 1, 2, 3, so I should use -3 as my y-coordinate. When I get to E, I haven't moved anywhere in either direction. E just stays at the origin, so its coordinates are the origin, 0, 0. F, to get there, I'd have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, I believe, and down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want to say that makes it 4, -5. I apologize if my translation up here doesn't match what's on the worksheet. It's possible that's supposed to be down at -6. The final one, G, did not move any up and down, but it moved right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I should put 7 as the x-coordinate, and then for the up and down y, I should put a 0.